is Gail, and welcome to my Bodacious live stream tonight. I'm doing a video tag. It's actually a live stream tag. I don't know why I said, but anyway, y'all know what I mean. Tag questions for travel. This should be a lot of fun. So, if it's your first time here, welcome. And if you're an old timer, welcome back. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel and give me a like and share it because that really helps. All of that goes into feeding the YouTube algorithm, which is much appreciated. So my travel tag questions are right down below in the description box. Some of you may not be able to see it because of the way it may be on your phone, but you can come back and check it later if you want to. It'll be there. I put this together thinking it'd be something fun to do. We've got Labor Day is coming up. So we have the whole Labor Day weekend travel that's staring us right in the face. Hello. Hope you all have big travel plans. I have got plans to stay home and just veg and enjoy being at home before going back out on the road. Because that's what I do, right? I don't stay home. Why stay home? I like taking my hats, go out on the road. Life is going to be fun again. So, hi everyone, and welcome. We already have a couple of watchers, so welcome to you all. All right. Glad you're here tonight. So, this is all about like some fun road trip ideas, a little bit touch of RV adventures, and some of my experiences traveling with a service dog. And I'd love for you to make your own travel tag video with these questions. Feel free to copy them, share your answers. If you just want to copy a few of them and share your answers online, that is fine. Be sure to tag me in your video. Otherwise, I won't know to come and say hello, and I'll want to do that, right? So the tag is perfect if you're looking for, fun, maybe a couple of senior travel tips thrown in between the questions and the answers, or just general travel tips in general. Hope I can talk tonight. And travel here, we're all about wanting to keep it fun and affordable, right? Very important there. So I'm real excited to get started tonight. I'm going to give somebody just one more minute to come in. She had said she was going to, and I don't see her yet. I'll give her just a second. All right. Okay, well, I'm going to let her catch up, right? Okay, we'll just let her catch up. Okay, so the first question, it's down below. I got to pull up my screen so even I can see it. What is the longest road trip that you have ever been on? Okay. If you've been following my channel for any length of time, you know that every few years I drive up to Alaska. That's for a mission team for my church. So, what's the longest road trip that I've ever been on? Well, that's going to be Alaska. But not just any road trip to Alaska. No. We can't do just any road trip to Alaska. I was traveling with a friend of mine who had never traveled west in Mississippi. So she had time, I had time, so I wanted to make it kind of an epic adventure for her. So we went from my home here, Abingdon, and we went from here to New Mexico. Yes, New Mexico. I did say that. And we went to Seattle. I'm going to type this in as we speak, and I'm going to share the screen in just a minute. And then after going to Seattle, we went to Fairbanks. Let me pull this in. Yes, we did go to Fairbanks. Oh, no, wait. We did Fairbanks on the way back. Did we? No, we did Fairbanks. Okay. Had to stop and think. See, that's what happens when you go on a really long road trip. You can forget where you went. And then we actually made it to our destination. So let me share. This is an 87-hour driving time on the road trip. And let me just share this crazy thing, okay? And we are joined in the background by service dog Pipsy. I don't know. What are you going for? That's a good boy. That's a good dog. You get it. Good boy. I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he'll clue us in. Okay, sharing screen. There we go. Share this tab instead. Yes. Okay. So we should be, there it is. There's the map of Abington to Fairbanks and down to Willow, Alaska. And then we actually came home a different route. We did not go through all of this. Instead, we went to Anchorage. And then we went to Glacier in Montana. And then we went to Chattanooga. No, we didn't. We went to Knoxville. I think the wheels on my car were glad to stop turning from this point. I really do. And then back home. I know, does that look like a crazy road trip or what? But that was my longest road trip. Driving time on this was 159 hours. But while we were in Alaska, we went from the mission site to various other places. And of course, this doesn't track that mileage. This is just where we went, the whole big round loop back and forth across the continent. Yeah. So, yep. That's my longest road trip. And it was fun. It was scary. It was exciting. It was a blast. It was just a blast. So, number one for the length of time I've been on the road trip. So, tag number 2. Do you prefer RV, camping, hotels, or something else, or van life, or also called van camping? Some people are calling it that now. I am going to say all of the above. No. It really kind of depends on what I'm doing. If I'm going to the doctor, I'm going to want the RV. But I might want a hotel room sometimes, like if it's really, really hot or if the weather is tornadic, like it has been a couple of times. Something always happens when you're on a road trip. But anyway, so I'm going to say, since I am looking at a future van, number one is going to be van. It's always going to be van life for me, van camping. That's always going to be it. Next up is going to be the RV. And then hotels. But I've also stayed in the hostel, which was a really cool experience. Really cool. So as we go through here, and you all come in, if you want to drop your comments over in the chat and let me know your answers, I would love to read those. Love to read those. Now, this one, I know this is my tag, but oh my gosh, I had actually trouble coming up with the answer on this one myself. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you all think. Okay, what your answer is going to be. So if you could take an RV road trip anywhere in the U.S., where would it be? Wow, anywhere. So I really had to stop and think about this because I would like to, at some point, go to Maine. I have not been to Maine, and I really want to go because I just think it would be great. And specifically, I think it would be kind of cool to go whale watching off the coast of Maine. You know, what do you all think? Is that going to be really cool? So, yeah. But I'd also like to go to Alaska at a time where I could just kind of meander and just kind of enjoy it. Because when I go on a mission trip, the minute I pull out of the driveway, I'm under the gun. I have to be there at a certain day, date, and time. And if I'm not, it causes all kinds of havoc. So I'd like to do it a little more gently, shall we say, and just kind of meander and take my time. So of the two, I think I would rather go to Maine first, since I haven't been there yet, and then go back to Alaska. Yeah. Maybe when my husband retires, we'll see. We'll see. Because one thing about being senior citizens is, you feel old. So having the RV with you, where you can stop when you need to, or just take a break, that's really, really nice. So anyway, where would you go if you could go anywhere in the world? Where would that be? All right. Let's see. Okay. I have had two funny, really, really funny experiences that I can talk about. The question 4 is, have you ever had a funny or unexpected situation with your service dog? The answer is yes. I've actually had 2 of those. Somewhere there is a mother who hates me. And if you are that mother, I am so sorry. I apologize. I really do. And then the other thing is, somebody mistook my service dog, my previous service dog, for a wolf, but he's not a wolf. He was not. No, he was not. He was a husky mix. So let me see if I can pick up a picture here, which will help me tell the story about the mom who hates me. And I'm so sorry, Mom. But what happens is, I try to dye Pipsy's tail anytime I go on a trip. The reason is I want him to be a little bit more identifiable. So I don't always get this done, but it's something I try to do. And as I'm flipping through photos, I'm looking to see if I find one of his dyed tail, and I can't right quick, but I can find one. Oh, wait a minute, maybe I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Here he is. I've got a little video of him. So I'll go ahead and tell you this one. Y'all are going to just die laughing. Okay. Share screen. Video. There we go. Okay. So here's Pipsy in this picture, in this video. We're out playing in the grass. But his tail is purple. Can you see it there? There it is. And what happened was, we were on a road trip. I went to the little girl's room, and he always has to go in with me, right? So we're in the handicap stall, and he has gone in with me. And he's sitting there. He's kind of waiting on me to need him, because that's what he does. And his tail swishes. Well, there's a little girl in the next stall with her mother, and her mother just wants her to just get it done and get out. Okay. So she's like, "Oh, that's a dog." And the mom's like, "Yes, hurry up." "Oh, okay." And so then she's talking about like dogs going to the bathroom, and the mom's just like, "Yep, hurry up, hurry up." But then the little girl goes, "Oh, it's a purple dog. Purple dogs are real. I want a purple dog. They're real. There really is one. Mommy, can I have a purple dog? I've always wanted a purple dog." So all the way out of the restroom, down the hall, into Walmart, this little girl is exclaiming all about my service dog's purple tail, saying that purple dogs are real. She saw it. You can't argue with it, right? Because he had a purple tail. So I'm sorry, Mom, if you hate me. Not my intention to be hated. Okay. And the other one, the other really, really funny moment. Okay, you all. So my previous service dog was a husky mix. And they, of course, have this soft, fluffy fur. But they're also, they're known to look like wolves, okay? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. So we were out one day and he was in his service dog gear. I've got a picture that you guys are going to love. And this little girl saw him and she wanted to pet him. So she came over to me, and just as she started to ask about petting my service dog, her sister smacks her hand away and says, "You can't pet a service wolf." There's my little husky. Okay, so he's not really little in that picture. That's my husky, though. He was a little bit spoiled, but never, ever, ever could you ever think that this poor guy was a wolf, except in the eyes of that little girl. So those are my two funny travel stories that I can talk about. And you just never know what you're going to get into when you're traveling with animals. So, all right, the next one is, what are your mostly must-have snacks? What is it with me? I cannot talk. Okay. One more time. What are your must-have road trip snacks? Well, I just got to show you. Combos. Hello. I like combos. They're crunchy. They have some protein. I can put them in my purse, my backpack, my door pocket, up front, in my console. I can put them anywhere. And I guess the other one is apples. And I'm going to put them on kind of an even keel there. So apples are combos. That's my favorite road trip snacks. What are your favorite road trip snacks? Why don't you tell me? Tell me these things. So yeah. Put that in. Okay. Next up. Do you prefer scenic back roads or highways? Well, if I've got time and I can just meander, I want a back road. I want to just take my time and enjoy life. But if I've got some place that I want to go, then I like highways. So I like them both at different times. What do you guys do? Do you do highways? Okay, highways, that'll work. Okay. What is one budget-friendly travel tip that you swear by? I was really thinking a lot on this one, and I think that the budget-friendly travel tip that I really swear by is taking your own snacks and some of your own food on the road, either in a cooler, or we broke down and bought a little refrigerator for the car, for the van, and we now stick that in the car, which is great. It only works when the engine's running, so you do have to make sure it gets really cold otherwise, but it will freeze. But anyway, so when you take your own road trip snacks, you're going to buy them like at a grocery store or at Walmart, maybe Buc-ee's, but you're gonna buy them someplace that maybe has them in larger bags or in bulk. If you buy the same thing, like I picked these up at our little grocery store, and they were like $1.50. But if I got these from Flying J or Pilot or Love's, they're going to cost me a whole lot more than that. So combos that I love to take, I take those with me, but I buy them all from the store because the convenience stores, they'll kill you, the prices. So always there. And I like taking my own food, not necessarily to keep this as a budget trip necessarily, but I don't have to try to figure out what time zone I'm in. I don't have to figure out where a restaurant is that I want. I don't have to figure out anything like that. All I have to do is pull the van, the car, or the RV over, and go grab a sandwich. I don't have to worry about anything else. It's just really quick to do that, get on the road. So yeah, budget friendly. It is, but also it's convenience. So yeah, that's my number one. That's my road trip snacks. Also apples. I always like that. But budget friendly travel tip. Um, where is a place that you would go back and visit again? Well, I've already said Alaska, but there is another place that I would like to go back and visit again, and that is Glacier National Park. Have you all ever been there? If you haven't and you get the opportunity to go do that because it is freaking amazing. And if you have a national parks access pass, then you don't have to worry about paying the cost to get in. But oh my gosh, let me show you some of these photos, right? So we went in July. Okay, both times, I guess all three times that I went was like in July, August, that kind of thing. And the scenery was just breathtaking, absolutely breathtaking. As you see from these photos that are flipping through next to me, I did have one scary moment, thanks to my husband, when we went to Glacier National Park. The main road, and yes, you see all this snow and ice. This is Glacier National Park. Summertime. We are on going to the Sun Road, which is just this fabulous drive that gives you all this gorgeous scenery. But while we're on the road, rocks start falling. Okay, there is a police officer and they're watching, I'm sorry, a park ranger, and they're watching the rocks fall. And my husband, there's no other cars in front of us. Okay, so they are getting ready to close the road. So I'm telling my husband, they're closing the road, stop, you're done. Like, don't go anywhere else. So what does he do? He goes on ahead. We've got rocks falling. We're starting a land. We're not starting. Well, there's a landslide coming right there, and my husband decides he's just going to go. You know, it's like, really, you want to do that? So yeah, he did. I didn't, but he did. So yeah. So these are some of the photos, and you all can see why I would like to go. And this girl in the red shirt that you can just barely see in this photo, that's my daughter. She's a full adult. She's not a little kid. That's just the immensity of this park. And I don't know why I have those rock photos. My husband just liked those. So anyway, that's why I would like to go back sometime and just enjoy it. So yeah. All right, let's see. The next thing up is where is it? Oh, I'm looking to find the question. It's down there in the description box. So, what is your must-have piece of service dog gear or pet gear? Well, as far as gear, my must-have is a second leash. It's overkill. I know. I get that. I totally get that. But if I have a backup, I don't have to worry. And I like not having to worry. And with my service dog, I want a good solid leash. I don't want it to be too heavy. I don't want it to be too light. I don't want it to be too, like, I have a certain width that I like because it goes best with his harness. And I like to take a second one with me, just in case. I talked to somebody one time whose loop pulled out of their leash because they had used it so much. And that is not going to be me. I'm going to have a second one. I'm not going to be running around in circles because other gear for service dogs, I can pick that up. If I need bowls, treats, food, those things, I can get those on the trip without having to stress about it. But a specific leash that goes with his harness and stuff, I have to worry about. So yeah, backup leash. What is your must-have item for yourself? sunscreen. It has got to be sunscreen. What do you all like for your must-have item for you? Because for me, it's got to be sunscreen, because if I'm out in the sun for even a few minutes, I start burning. I don't have this nice skin that just gets dark. No, mine burns. So sunscreen it is. What do you all use? What do you all use? Yeah, just type your answers here in the chat box. Okay, next up. What is, do I, or not what is, but do I enjoy traveling solo, with family, or with friends? So, solo female travel is a thing, whether you're young or whether you're older. Like us senior citizen women, we like to travel solo too sometimes, where we have no family or friends or anything else going on. We can just relax and enjoy the trip, and it's wonderful. So, for me, so I'm going to say solo female travel, or travel with family. I do travel with friends sometimes. So I enjoy it all. I'm going to put solo female travel just ahead, especially when I was in the van and I could do the whole van life solo female travel really easily. Yeah. That's mine. That's my pick. What are you all's pick? Let me know. Okay. And last but not least, what makes travel feel bodacious to you? And for me, what makes travel feel bodacious is just getting out there. I have some disabilities that I have to travel around. I have budget constraints, like everybody, especially these days, right? So I think that the thing that makes travel feel the most bodacious is just getting out and going. And next month in September, I'm restarting the series on $40 day trips. You all really liked that before, so we're restarting it. And, that's just to prove that travel doesn't have to be expensive. You can still do budget travel and have a good time. And we're going to be talking next week about how you can make budget travel a success and really get out there and enjoy it, and some of the things you can do to make any vacation or getaway a cheap travel experience without feeling shorted, or like you're not going to have fun. So we're going to talk about some things like that coming up next month. So, just going out there and being bodacious. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes it bodacious, just going. So what do you all think? Drop your comments down below in the chat box and let me know. I thank you all so much for being out today. I appreciate it. And if you all do these tags for your videos, make sure that you tag me in it so I can come by and say hello. Hey, who have we got? Rudy here. Hi, Rudy. Welcome. Rudy, I'm not sure how you pronounce it last name, but Homestead. But welcome in. I was just wrapping up, so I'm sorry, but thank you for coming in. I hope that you'll consider doing these tag questions on your channel. If you do, tag me in them, because I'll come back and I'll watch your video, or if you do it as a stream, I'll watch your stream and say hello. So, all right. So thank you all. I really appreciate you coming out. Hope you have a great week. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one, Sunday at 7:30. I was out of town yesterday, so I didn't do a Saturday stream, and I know we talked about a maybe on that one, but I'm going to toss some in periodically, and I'll be here Tuesday. So you all go out, have fun, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.